Hello, beautiful people. I'm going to do something that I have not done before in two ways. One is to review a physical product. I don't normally do that. And the other one is actually doing a video from my iPhone. I don't normally do that either. But I recently bought an all-electric car, the Ioniq 6. This is its first year in production and sales. I may be the first one in the city to have one, and it's a rather unique vehicle. So I thought I would do a video or a couple of short videos showing some of its features and talking about electric cars in general. So let me give you first a very quick glimpse of the exterior inside the garage where it's not too bright, and then later I'll show it to you outdoors because they're different. So here we are looking at the car in the garage. At least this is the driver's side of it. And looks black, doesn't it? It's not actually black, and I hope the true color will show up better outdoors. Notice the kind of styling aluminum rim wheels there. This is the more deluxe version of the vehicle, so it has some extra features like a sunroof and Bose speakers inside, but there's not a whole lot different, I don't think, on the outside. Okay, so here's the car in the garage. It looks black, doesn't it? This is from the driver's side. Now let's go inside. All right. Is this cool or what? That's the passenger side door. Here's the dashboard. The car's not started yet. And driver's side door, same deal. Two-tone LED lighting on the doors, and one tone here on the front dashboard. You can set these colors to anything in the rainbow, but they have some preset options, both one-tone and two-tone. To start the car up, you have to have the key in your pocket. I can hardly see. And then you just, well, that's why I just put my foot on the brake. You touch this go button. You really don't hear any sound, because it's electric. So then you get this screen. There's two screens here, as you can see. This first screen tells me that my battery is charged to 75%. Claims that I can drive 193 miles in today's weather. Shows me the time, of course. And then this one here, it's got lane control, two different versions of lane control. Shows me how fast I'm going, which is nothing, 0. And again, down in the left corner, you can see it says 75% charged. There's something that says level 1. That's reactive braking, if that's what they call it. When you take your foot off the accelerator, if you want, the car will automatically start braking and using that to recharge the battery some. So supposedly you get, longer mileage. You can set it from 0, no automatic braking at all, up to, 3. I can play with the paddles and show you. Max, okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, max. Now, they say it's only active when you take your foot off the accelerator, but I found with my foot in constant pressure on the accelerator, every time I upped the automatic braking, it slowed the car down. I had been leaving it on level 1, but when I saw that it was really slowing me down in regular driving. I decided I'm just going to set it at level 0. That's annoying. I don't want the car to slow down or drive more slowly with my foot on the accelerator. Okay, and it shows the outside temperature is 60 degrees. So that's a look at the interior, at least the front interior, in the dark, so you can appreciate the very cool lighting. I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little walk around of the Ioniq 6 from the outside. As you can see, it's fall. A lot of the leaves are falling. It's been raining. There's a little bit of mud splashes on the car because I actually do drive it around. What they were going for was the best, lowest coefficient of drag that they could achieve. That's to get higher mileage with the same charge due to less air resistance. So it's a very, very sleek design. In the United States, they have to include these side view mirrors, but in other countries, instead of the side view mirror, they just use a side view camera, which actually is better because you can look right on the side of the dashboard and you can see what the side view would show you. You don't have to look as far over and distracting yourself from the front to look outside the window. But the US still requires a physical side view mirror, so they had to put that in. Anyhow, you can see kind of fancy wheels there. I hope you can see that this is actually not black. It's a very dark green color with obviously chrome looking trim. About the only thing that wasn't done really with aerodynamics in mind, I think it was styling, was there's kind of a dual spoiler on the back. You see there's you should be able to make out the Ioniq 6 logo right above that white band of LED lights. Right above that is the lower spoiler, and then above that Hyundai logo is sort of an upper spoiler just below the rear window. I'm not sure if that really contributes anything aerodynamically or not. It just looks kind of sporty, I guess. Here's the passenger side. It's basically identical to the driver's side. Not sure if you can capture that this is green or not. You can in the right lighting. Here's the front. Fortunately, I'm fighting against the sunlight here. I should move it, but very clean front. And there's these little LED lights everywhere, both inside and outside. They're very nice. The key fob you can carry around in your pocket. It's got some little controls, these side buttons. I haven't really been using them so far. You can open up the rear hatch, which they call a hold, like the British do. There's a cool feature that it will automatically back your car out of a parking space. Let's say you parked somewhere and then subsequently cars parked parallel to yours on both sides of you, so close that you can't even squeeze into either the driver or the passenger side. This thing will back your car out without hitting anything, and then you can get in the driver's side door. I haven't tried that yet. It makes me a little nervous, the idea, but there it is. So there's door lock, door unlock, and I don't know if I want to say anything else about the inside here right now or not. So here we are out in the real world. And you can hear it does ding, telling me that I didn't put my seatbelt on yet. So I'll do that. Gives you the usual warnings here. Drive safely, obey the rules. Don't spend all your time watching the screen. And you can hit confirm or it'll go away on its own. Well, let's start it up. We'll drive just a little bit. Oh, just turned it off. The shift is on the stick here, which is sometimes a little hard to see if the steering wheel's right in front of it. So there's no stick down here on the central console. The central console has window buttons and door lock and unlock, and I guess lock the windows. I think that is. Either that or it's lock the rear doors. I haven't used that. It will automatically play and show the controls for your music on your cell phone, both Apple and Android, but it does have to be plugged into a USB port, and there's one USB port right here at the front of the console. That's nice. Easy to use the music. Anyhow, back to the shift mechanism. It starts out in park. You may be able to see P for park. You rotate this. If I want to go backwards, I rotate it down. It's got the red reverse on. It also shows you these little buttons in the center of the steering wheel. They turn red, telling you, hey, you are in reverse, by the way. Also, this feature I like a lot. When you're in reverse, you see a 360-degree view of everything around your car. This is the safest car I've ever driven. Anyhow, if you want to go forward, you can put it in neutral, and then all the way up is drive. So we'll go forward just a little bit. And say I'm going to make a right. Now look at this. When I have my turn signal on, it shows me what's just to the right of my car, including my blind spot. You can see into your blind spot right on your dashboard. If I'm making a turn to the right, it shows me the right side. I don't even necessarily have to look at the side view mirror. It shows me right on the front screen what's coming up behind me. So, doing a left. I mentioned it has 2 degrees of lane control. You see that here. You see the car with lane lines in front of it, and degree number 1 just kind of warns you if you're drifting out of your lane, and level number 2, it will try to keep you in the lane. Obviously you can override that if you really want to change lanes, but if you just have your hands lightly on the wheel and you're starting to drift out of the lane, it will nudge the car back into the lane. Because I often like to sort of drift over from one lane to another if there's nobody behind me and nobody beside me. The car, like an annoying significant other, it has told me, consider taking a rest, because it thinks that I'm not paying attention to the road when I actually am paying attention to the road. That's just my driving habit. Anyhow, if you're gonna try to change lanes, let's say you're on the freeway and a car is moving up behind you, not only can you see beside you on the dashboard, but here where you see the car, you will see red arcs flashing, telling you there's something coming up behind you there. Not only that, if you look out the side view mirror, you will see a red triangle light up on the side view mirror telling you don't move into that lane, you're going to hit something. And if those two things aren't enough and you're still trying to turn your steering wheel to move into that lane and run into somebody, the steering wheel will start vibrating as yet another warning. I guess you can do it if you're determined to smash into somebody, but it tries hard to prevent you from having a collision with someone in your blind spot, left or right. Furthermore, if you're backing up, and I'll go back to reverse, lights turned red. If you're backing up into something, it will brake the car before you hit it. Also, if you're going forward on the freeway, let's say, or even in regular traffic, if the car in front of you slams on their brakes or something and you're not watching, the car will brake before you run into the sudden obstacle in front of you. So it has forward accident prevention, rear accident prevention, blind spot accident prevention on the left and the right, lane assist, 2 levels. And of course it has cruise control. I don't like cruise control, so I don't use that. Those are some of the features. See, now I'm in forward. So when you're in forward or neutral, this is neutral, these 4 LED lights are blue. That would be the usual. The 4, I think, has a significance in Korean. It stands for the letter H for Hyundai. So they use that in various places. I think that's about enough for today. Hope it was interesting. So here we are in the car again. We're going to get on the freeway, and I'm hoping that maybe you'll be able to see what I'm talking about with the alarm. If you're in a lane and somebody's coming up in your blind spot, left or right, maybe we'll be able to see that in a minute here. Not that I'm going to deliberately try to get too close to somebody in my blind spot, but you know, it's a multi-lane freeway, so somebody will come up. Car is smooth. My last car was a little more of a luxury car. I think they're trying to go for a luxury sport sort of look and feel with this vehicle, but compared to my other one, it feels more sport. Okay, here's something there. See the arcs just disappeared, but there was the red arc on the on the left side of my car on the dashboard there, letting me know there's somebody coming up. Let's see if we get another one. Yeah, I think you'll see one on the right in a minute here. There we go. There it is. See? And if we, I can't safely show you, but when you look out the side view mirror too, even if you don't see the vehicle, it's your blind spot, you will see a red triangle, quite visible, even in the daylight. It's very obvious. Red triangle telling you there's something in your blind spot there. Don't change lanes yet. So, and as I mentioned before, if you still tried to do it, the steering wheel will start vibrating, and there's no way you can appreciate that from the video. You'd have to be in the driver's seat. But anyhow, it gives you a little bit of an idea. Yeah, it's very quiet inside. They did their best, considering they were also weight conscious, to try to get maximum mileage. They did their best to keep the interior of the car quiet. Now, one feature that all electric vehicles have in common is, because there's no motor, you don't hear motor noise. This could be dangerous for pedestrians, especially because you can be coming up on them and they don't see you and they don't hear you. and they could walk right into your vehicle. The U.S., probably all countries, I don't know, they require the car to make some kind of a noise on the exterior just to alert a pedestrian, if you have reasonable hearing, that, hey, you know, there's a vehicle behind you, or, you know, coming up alongside you or something. So I haven't actually heard what that sounds like on the outside, because nobody else has driven this car but me, so I'm always inside. I can't really hear it in here. They keep that quiet. Okay, that's all. We're off the freeway, and I was able to show you something. Couldn't show you the flashing red light, and you can just barely maybe see the triangle. Sorry, I got a little bird poop on there, but if you look at the top of the bird poop, look over to the left, most of the way toward the edge, you'll see a faint outline of a triangle. That whole thing turns red if you got somebody in your blind spot.